Yo guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video, and we are over on Lost Island, and I'm going to show you how to run the boss on solo. Now this difficulty is going to be Gamma, and everything I have I'll put on the screen here for you, but I'll say it out loud as well. So you're going to have one unit, 19 Rexes, all with decent saddles. Obviously these guys I have put max cap saddles on them, 124.5s, just to make sure that we make it through this. They're all not bred at all, so there's no imprint bonus at all. These are all wild tames. They all have somewhere between 35 and 40,000 health, and somewhere between 7 and 800 melee. And then also you're going to need a decent shotgun, because you're going to want to use the shotgun as much as possible, with about 300 shots and some med brews. Now I've got an extra spare kit of flak on me just in case, and that's kind of the plan for this boss fight. We're going to go ahead and run it. If you haven't considered smashing that like button, commenting, and subscribing, that would be amazing. That helps out the channel a ton. So thank you very much for watching. But let's go ahead and get this thing started, because it is actually not as difficult as people make it out to be. And boom. So let's go ahead and make sure everybody's inside. So while we're waiting for this, basically what you want to do, if you're running this solo, you want to be able to have everything whistled in, to make sure whistle groups are set right. I don't have any whistle groups, because if you're just running with these basic tames, you don't need 2 groups. But that being said, if you're running solo, you're going to be riding the U-Tyrannus. Just make sure you know that. If you're not comfortable on a U-Tyrannus, you better get used to it, because it's something that you want to get good at, because they're very, very useful. And the Rexes are just going to be on command. You're going to place them between essentially neutral, and then if they're not on neutral, they're going to be attack this target. You can access it via the radial wheel. I use this so people on consoles can see. I'm basically going between whistle neutral and attack my target. And those are the 2 best things that you can do. Now essentially what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and follow. We're just going to go straight in. Now I'll explain to you what happens here. Essentially we go into this cave. The giant Dinopithicus, the king, is up on his little ledge. He's going to jump down and spawn in a ridiculous amount of little minions, and it makes it very, very difficult to accomplish this boss fight. So what we're going to do is we're going to J-whistle everything to make sure we get it all in there. I like to run pretty far ahead, because they try and catch up quicker that way. And if you can get them all the way down here, good for you. See, it takes them a little bit of time to recognize that they have to make it to you. You can see he's around that corner up there. You usually have to wait a second or 2 to get all the Rexes down here, because it just takes a little bit of time to get them all. But once they do, it's nice. And I usually wait till they get a little bit past that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. So now we're going to go ahead and go full speed ahead here. I like to whistle them to neutral to start off, because by whistling neutral to start off, you are essentially anything that is going to attack you that's like a minion or something like that is going to get taken out. So kite everything in here. Come on now. Oh man, some are getting lost in the cave. Oh well. They know what to do once they actually figure it out. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and go over to our area. I have seen him not start up until we actually aggro him. I like to keep everything on whistle follow all, and then shoot him from a distance to wake him up. And then basically you're going to be launching these shots off at him as much as you possibly can. It's actually pretty simple. Which will attack this target is a good way to do it if you can. These guys will shred if we can actually get them to... What is going on here? My mouse froze. There we go. Alright, so now basically the big thing is there's going to be grenades going off, and you want to watch out, because you're going to be taking a lot of damage. You can see what's going on here. Yeah, so he gets shredded pretty fast. This is on single player settings, just so you know. Or not single player, but one time official, but it's on single player, so these should be your official rates. He is a stupid low health boss, but basically you're just going to sit back, and then they're on neutral, whistle attack this target. So now what I like to do is, as soon as I get a chance, I'm going to go ahead and shoot him out of the sky. Hey now. Okay, so these guys are going to do their fine. They're just going to soak for a second. He's going to be jumping around over there. There he goes. He drops back down. You will get chased by some of these dinos, but you just got to be careful with how you do it. And basically it happens in stages. So you want to try and buff as much as possible while taking minimal damage. And you'll see that they're all being frozen right now, so they will take quite a bit of damage here, but it's okay. That's why you have Rexes instead of anything else. And it's okay to let them soak. These grenades aren't going to do very much damage to them at all. Basically what we're waiting on right now is just trying to see how they're all... You're only taking damage from a little bit. Okay, ouch, that hurt. So sometimes those grenades will splash damage you. Make sure you have your med brews ready for that. So sometimes he'll also get stuck in the middle right here, just like you see, and that's what we're aiming for. So he's not a hard boss to beat, just make sure you're watching your stuff. If you have multiple people, it would be very useful to be shotgunning the little guys out of the sky. So like that right there, but they don't die very easily. So we're going to go ahead and just sit and wait. So he's going to jump around up there and throw his giant grenade of death down into the fray. They will go after him as soon as he lands. There we go. Come on. Apparently they've decided they want to attack that. So, ow. Ow. That hurts. So try and avoid this, what's happening right now. See how I'm inside that armor breaking zone? Get out of that as quick as you can, because you'll take a ton of damage from those. Ow. Ow. This hurts. Okay. So I'm going to try and get nice and close to him here, because I want my Rexes to peel this guy off of me. There we go. Come on. Thank you. Ouch. 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 So use your Rexes as much as possible, and just make sure you're paying attention to stuff like that. And they will shred pretty much everything you need for you. Sometimes they will get a little stupid and start chasing things like those guys did over there with that group. But if you just stay on the mission, and if you really need to, you can go take them out. Try not to kill him with your shotgun when he's up high, however, because if you do kill him with your shotgun when he's up high, it's going to prevent you from getting that element. And now that he's landed, they should go straight for him. See how I'm taking quite a bit of damage? Yeah, you want to be careful about this fight. It's very dangerous. Alright. Boom. Alright. Nice. So, basically, that's it. So you notice how I was kind of sitting there and trying to just mess things up here. So, basically, as long as you're not pinned, and that's what you're trying to avoid, if you don't get pinned, you're going to be great. You're going to have a great time. And that's basically all you have to avoid. I did get pinned a little bit. See how I'm still taking that damage? You do take bleed damage from a lot of that stuff, which is very painful. Obviously, I dropped down to, on a very, very good UD, I dropped down to 20,000 health, so I lost about half, and that was on Gamma. Now, that is non-single player, but official player solo settings, so keep that in mind. You are going to take a lot of damage. We're going to go ahead and like unwhistle follow all to those guys, because that was, yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot to have to sit through. You can see my one Rex is still like, hey man, wait for me. Alright, so that is how you do it. It shouldn't be super difficult. Hopefully it was helpful to you guys. If you haven't seen it done successfully before, that is my favorite way to do it. Just bring in Rexes with the classic way. I'm sure there are other dinos you can use, because it is such a squishy boss. But just so you can see, let's see how much we lost on some of these guys. About a quarter on Gamma, so not too bad at all. As long as you're careful, it shouldn't be a difficult thing. Again, if you're very cautious, make sure you are using the shotgun as much as possible. I should have kept that Tyrannus on passive, and that's like one feedback that I would give myself for that one, but oh well. Anyways, hopefully this video helps you out. If you wouldn't mind smashing that like button, leaving a comment below, it helps with the algorithm, and also if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, that would be amazing. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Teach out.